Welcome to another day of chess class, and today we'll be going over one of my tournament games that I played recently. So I'm playing with the black pieces. My opponent's rated 1800. The white pieces, I'm rated 1219. So let's see how this goes. Game starts out with d4. I play knight f6, and I didn't expect knight c3. I really thought he was gonna go c4, g6. We were just gonna go into regular King's Indian type of setup. But my opponent chooses to play knight c3, and I didn't want to. I could have continued playing King's Indian, and he could have played. Here's what I was. He played, bishop f4 there, queen d2, castles, and let's say if I played e5, you know, I was scared of getting into this type of position because White's just gonna throw his h pawn trade and throw the h pawn forward, and Black can't really do nothing about it. It's plus 1.8, so that's the position I was scared of. Right, this is a famous way to counter the King's Indian. I did not want any part of that, so I just played d5. Didn't allow him to play e4 and take the whole center. So I played d5, right? He plays bishop f4, play bishop f5, e3, e6. Kind of symmetrical position. F3 really also caught me off guard because I was like, he didn't play knight f3. He didn't play regular. He didn't play moves like knight f3 or bishop here. He played f3, and then I played bishop e4, and yeah, g4, really aggressive, trying to kick my bishop out. Plays h4, trying to trap it. I take it, and then I play h5, which is the correct move. G5, 97, bishop b3, and this actually ended up being some kind of a variation of the Queen's Pawn Chigorin. I'm not too sure. So, anywho, bishop d3, cd3, c5, try to peck away at its center, plays queen to b3. That's actually a really nice move because I traded my light squared bishop away, so there's no defender of b7. And obviously queen c7 would be a blunder, so I decided to play queen b6, trying to trade queens, knight to e2. And what my analysis says is the computer analysis mixed with my analysis, but you get what I'm trying to say. So he plays queen. If he played queen b6, a b6, bishop d6 would be a really hell of an annoying move. Simply wouldn't let me castle and just taking advantage of the weak d6 square. Knight to c6, knight to e2, cd4. Say a long castle would be a disaster. Believe me, it would be a disaster. Because all he had to do was king f2, and yeah, this is just weak. This is Swiss cheese. What is his pawn structure? Rooks can easily come over to c-file. This is bad. Say play whatever the hell the computer says. Gets the bishop out. And yeah, he's just going to blast my queen side. This is terrible. So, assuming that a4, e5, d5, knight e5, knight d5, bishop e5, knight e5, knight to e4, d4, e4, knight f3. Yeah, and then this is like plus 0.5, but it's really bad. And I don't think this evaluation does justice. Plus points, it feels bad to play this. The pawns are doubled. Yeah, white just has easy access. These two pawns are going to be targets. Knight's well placed. You can just put it on d5. Honestly, I think this is horrible. The evaluation doesn't do it justice. So, couple moves analysis. Yeah, targeting exactly what I was saying. Targeting b6, take. And yeah. But what happened in the game is I traded queens, ab3, king d7. And bishop d3 was actually a mistake because I was actually anticipating the following. dc5, knight c5, d4. That's not... Was that one? Yes, that's what I was anticipating. I was anticipating until this position, right? The point is he gets the whole center. This is terrible. Black has 1 point in the center. He has all the space in the world, and honestly, I didn't feel too great. So I was really relieved to see bishop d3 because that didn't just let him get a big center and a huge advantage. And I noticed, I was like, my goodness, what are these pawns? Like, I was so confused when I surely thought during the game these at least one of these pawns were weaknesses. Apparently, it's just plus +0.3, and I was proven wrong. But honestly, I felt that some of these pawns could be weaknesses. I felt like my pawn structure was a lot better, but I feel my opponent converted the endgame better. So knight c6, king d2, trade, knight d4, knight d4, e4, rook h to c8, c4, and this is where disaster breaks. I should have not played d takes c4. I don't know why I was okay. My reasoning was that if I didn't take, he would just just push. My reasoning was that if I didn't take the pawn and say I played a5, he would just push there, and say I played there, and I was scared of this bishop being on d6. Turns out the position is equal. There's no need to be scared of this because that's defended. That pawn's just sitting there, and he can't really do much. This is actually quite equal. Surprisingly, this position looks completely stupid, but it's equal. I don't understand why I was scared about this bishop on d6. I don't even. What would the bishop be doing? I don't know what I was scared. So that's what led me to, take, and later down the line, I sacked the knight, which is an unfortunate mistake. Really, I should have not played that. dc4, knight b6, and rook h to d1. I don't know why I played this. I thought, okay, this is passers. I don't like this position at all. I correctly evaluated this plus 0.9. I was thinking, I don't like this at all. I think the two passers are going to be worse than that. That was a big mistake. Now, I was going to regret that decision. Simply because I'm just down upon an endgame. Just clean and simple. Pull it back. Rook d2, a6. Rook b2, b5. Rook ba2, rook c6, rook a5, king d7. Yeah, that was just a blunder. Should have played here. And I was thinking here. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Cut. Please cut that. I was thinking that now I was thinking bishop c7, rook b7, bishop goes back, and yeah, that just hung another pawn, so that's great. A b5, rook a8, rook b6, violation. King c3, b4, king b3, king rook b7, rook a4. Just yeah, he's gonna get the pawn now. It's kind of hopeless. Trade. I felt that I had chances with the rooks. Sorry. I felt that I had. If I kept the rooks, I might have maybe had a shot. I mean, yeah, I could have traded, but then I was scared about some stuff like, let's say I let him do it. Rook a7, rook to c4, king d7, rook a4, rook b7, king d4, f6, d6. And yeah, the rook's on like the 6th or 7th rank. And yeah, this isn't that great to defend. So I didn't really calculate all this, but I thought maybe my rook's passive and his rook's active. Honestly, it's terrible. I should have. The whole knight sack caused this mess. I shouldn't have knight sacked, and I shouldn't play d takes c4. Two critical mistakes in the endgame. I should have let the bishop sit on d6. I don't know why I was so scared of that. So king takes b4, nonetheless. King d5, bishop b5, g6, and this is straight up mate in 5. King b5, f6 or f5. Now you're cooked. Now you. And after push the pawn, he's just gonna. You can't do much in this position. So if I push, there's a million ways to lose. This is great. So king c6, king c4, king d7. There's a bunch of moves where it's checkmate, but king c5, king d7, king c6, king d8, king d6, king d8, and now bishop d7 really is the nail in the coffin because now he's just eventually gonna get to that square. He's just eventually gonna get to f6, and yeah, bishop a8-6 once again, dagger, absolute dagger. My opponent just gets the pawns, and king d6, king d6, king d5, bishop g7, and yeah, this is kind of devolved into a loss. King d5, king f6, and a bunch of moves later, he he kind of just promoted and it proceeded to be main. So I think the main takeaways were improving decision making. Because if I hadn't taken the pawn, just let the bishop sit, this would have probably been a draw. And definitely the knight sack was wrong, and I felt that decision making in the endgame wasn't too great. And yeah, he just outplayed me in the endgame, and I felt that I should have played better. So those are takeaways from the game, and I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video, and y'all can have a good rest of your day.